Hello, I'm Colleen Pearl, the Cool Crone, and welcome to my channel. From all my old and new subscribers, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. And if you're just stopping by, I hope you will consider subscribing. Don't forget to click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Today's video will be about astrology in the month of May 2021. And if you're interested in getting a personal reading from me, all my contact information will be in the description box below. So with that all out of the way, let's get into the astrology of May 2021. In May, the astrological aspects give us much less volatility than they did the first few months of the year. Between January and April of 2021, we saw an insurrection at our nation's capital, numerous protests that turned into riots, several extreme weather events, and some alarming shootings. May will be calmer, but there will still be tension in our country as the progressives push for change and the conservatives attempt to stand fast. We will continue to see people cling to current practices in regards to social justice and racial equality, but many will become outraged by this and may express extreme anger and possibly violence. Now, I think with Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, cooler heads will prevail, but the good news is that team efforts will be given a huge boost by Venus trine Pluto, coupled with the moon's conjunction of Neptune sextile the sun, which will throw in a lot of love and romantic energy and will help people to back off of confrontation and violence. During the second week of May, Jupiter enters Pisces, welcomed by Neptune. These are Pisces' ancient and modern rulers, together in their home sign for the first time since the 1800s. This moves Jupiter into harmonious angles to the fixed signs, easing tensions and allowing a flow of energy and perhaps a boost of spiritual enlightenment for many. Jupiter and Neptune are in good company this month, especially this second week, because Saturn, Mercury, and the moon are all in their home signs. And this gives us a feeling like everything is just snapping into place. This is a very positive lineup here for all the planets involved. And we have a beautiful new moon in Taurus, nestling into these cozy, big, happy planets, making it a good time for change. Watch for people to cooperate this week in very surprising ways. While there will still be those who dig in to defend the status quo, the planets promise hope and the feeling that things really can change. The third week in May allows for real progress, which of course will spark a big reaction and may cause resistance, suspicion, and paranoia by some. This will be cooled down by Venus trine Saturn for a few days, only to be kicked up again by Sun square Jupiter. But at least there will be no guns involved. In the fourth week of May, we start out with a grand water trine, which is the Scorpio moon, trine Mars in Cancer, trine Neptune in Pisces. And then on the 26th, we have our first lunar eclipse, our first eclipse of eclipse season. The eclipse involves a T-square from Jupiter in Pisces, which will be challenging. So be prepared to go radio silent on social media, because there will be an outburst from people railing against whatever they hear in the news that doesn't fit their worldview. There will be misunderstandings all the way around, even when Venus tries to put things back on a calm and steady footing. Now, I will be releasing a whole separate video on the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, so be sure to stay tuned for that. We end the month with Mercury going retrograde on May 29th, so get ready for that. Mercury will be retrograding in Gemini at 24 degrees and moving backwards until she hits 16 degrees of Gemini. Mercury in Gemini can be a little intense because it is in its home sign, but Mercury retrograde in Gemini can be a little overwhelming. Um, if you, though, have Mercury in an air sign, or if your Mercury in your natal chart is retrograde, this retrograde might not be so bad for you. For the rest of us mere mortals, we have to adhere to the rules of Mercury retrograde. So don't start anything new, especially where you need to sign something. Avoid buying new electronics, especially small ones. Don't start a new job. Don't sign a contract, and don't sell anything small. Use the Mercury retrograde period, which is only about 3 weeks long, to reflect on things, to repair things, redo, reanalyze, repeat, etc., so that when it's finished, you are prepared to move forward. And very often I've found that things that I put off during a Mercury retrograde period turn out better afterwards because it prevented me from making some kind of a mistake. So Mercury retrograde can be a blessing in disguise. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing about the astrology for May 2021. If you'd like to get a reading from me, either astrology or cards, my contact information is listed down below. That's the snapshot of astrology for May 2021. I hope you found it interesting, and I'll see you next time.